Somewhere tonight, someone is lying in bed listening to an engine idling outside their window. They get up, they look out. There's no engine, no truck, no generator, no machine of any kind. They go back to bed, and the sound is still there. Low, steady, pulsing a little, like something heavy running in a basement 2 streets away. Their partner is lying next to them, in the same room, hearing nothing at all. Somewhere between 2 and 4% of people on Earth hear this sound. Everybody else hears silence. It has been reported for 50 years, on almost every continent, and after 5 decades of investigation, nobody can reliably say what it is. It's called the hum. Let's start with what's actually documented. The first wave of reports came out of Bristol, England, in the mid-1970s. Letters started arriving at the Bristol Evening Post from residents describing a low noise at night that they couldn't find the source of. The leading suspect was a set of large industrial fans at a warehouse in Avonmouth. Years later, the warehouse closed. The reports kept coming. Then it turned up in Plymouth, in Southampton, in Swansea, in London. In the 90s, it appeared in the United States, in Taos, New Mexico, and Kokomo, Indiana. Since then, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, cities across Europe. And the descriptions barely change. People almost always say the same thing. It sounds like an idling diesel engine. It's worse indoors than outdoors. It's worse at night. And here's the strange one. Putting in earplugs usually doesn't make it any quieter. In 1993, the United States Congress got involved. The result was a formal study in Taos, run jointly by Los Alamos National Laboratory, Sandia National Laboratories, the Phillips Air Force Laboratory, and the University of New Mexico. And they set it up carefully. The university coordinated it as an open public investigation, specifically so that nobody could accuse government laboratories of investigating themselves. According to the study's own internal documentation, a survey of 8,000 residents found 161 people who said they could hear it, about 2%. For 1 week, they monitored everything: sound, seismic activity, electromagnetic fields. They built a special microphone just to catch low-frequency signals. Residents were hearing the hum the entire time. Some of them could sit at a signal generator and dial up the exact pitch they were hearing. The instruments recorded nothing. Now, before you assume the equipment failed, there's a real reason low-frequency sound is so hard to pin down. Low sounds have very long wavelengths. A 50 Hz tone is about 7 meters from one wave to the next. That's far wider than your head, and your brain locates sound by comparing what arrives at each ear. So low-frequency noise travels enormous distances and arrives from no particular direction. Even a completely real source can be almost impossible to find. Which brings us to Kokomo, Indiana, 10 years later. And Kokomo is the part of this story that should stop you. In 2003, the city commissioned its own study. 126 residents were formally documented as affected. And this time, the instruments found something. 2 things, actually. A 10 Hz tone traced to air compressors inside an industrial facility near the center of town, and a 36 Hz tone traced to a cooling tower on the roof of a different plant across the city. Both were 20 to 40 decibels above background. Both were detectable more than a kilometer away. Real sounds, real sources found. Both companies volunteered to fix them. They replaced equipment and installed silencing gear. By the spring of 2004, the investigators went back, measured the same spots, and the tones were gone, down into the background. Some of the affected residents felt better. Most of them did not. One woman was still so affected that she moved more than 700 miles away to get away from it. They found the sound. They removed the sound, and for most people, the hum stayed exactly where it was. So what is it? The investigator who led the Kokomo study noticed one thing that kept turning up: elevated electromagnetic fields. He pointed to research from 1962 suggesting people can perceive sound from electromagnetic energy without any pressure wave in the air at all. It's worth saying clearly, that has never been demonstrated to be the cause of the hum, and very little research has been done on it since. The most recent attempt is far more concrete. Earlier this year, researchers in Norway and Germany published a study of 28 people who hear the hum. They tested two ideas. First, maybe these people simply have unusually good low-frequency hearing. With a few clear exceptions, they didn't. Their hearing was ordinary. Second, your inner ear actually produces its own faint sounds, a normal byproduct of how it amplifies noise, usually well above 500 Hz. Maybe hum sufferers are hearing their own ears. So the team measured. They found no low-frequency emissions at all. Both explanations failed. What the researchers were left with is this. For most people, the hum is likely a form of tinnitus in the very low frequencies, a sound generated inside the auditory system that feels completely convincingly external. The pitch people matched it to, on average, was 50 Hz. And that would be a satisfying ending, except for one problem, and it's a big one. Tinnitus follows you. It's in your head, so it goes where your head goes. But the thing people report about the hum over and over is that it's tied to a place. Drive out of the area and it stops. Drive back and it returns. Nobody has squared that circle yet. The study was 28 people. The authors are careful to say that real external sources are not ruled out. And no one has ever explained why this started showing up in the 1970s and not before. So here's where we actually are. Right now, a couple of people out of every 100 around you are hearing something the rest of us can't. We sent 3 national laboratories after it. We built a microphone for it. We found the machines and we switched them off. And the best answer we have is that the sound is real. And there may be nothing out there making it. If you hear it, tell me in the comments. I genuinely want to know. And subscribe, because Pip has got a new one every week.